1 start. We've heard from Wayne Pearce. Is it realistic?
I think it is realistic, Pete. Talking to Peter V'landys, he's hell-bent, to be honest, on getting footy back and up and running, and June 1 is the target date. And they're really using the racing industry as the benchmark on how they believe they can adopt very similar protocols and measures, biosecurity measures, to ensure that the code, the players, the staff, the clubs are working under the regulations that are safe for both themselves and the public. I think it's very much... I think it'll happen, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm with Dave. I think the infection rate in Queensland last night dropped significantly. And I think if they spread the playing talent around to different areas, I think it's a real chance of happening. And as Dave said, Pete V'landys is hell-bent on it. Todd Greenberg's hell-bent on it. And I think the players are committed to it. So if they want to get back and play, I think it will happen.
Pete, it's how hungry everyone is. So if they want the money to play, are they prepared to go in groups of 4 teams or 2 groups of 8 teams and live in hotels, train to the field, go back to the hotel? What do they do on days off? Do their families go with them? Are they separated from them for 3 or 4 months? It is an enormous ask of a lot of people.
Because it's possibly not just away from family, it's away from society.
From everything.
Yeah.
From everything. You know, like the talk of Tangalooma, you can leave me out of that. There's not even a footy field there. But wherever they decide, where they go, let's just say in the end they decide Sydney's OK and it goes to Homebush. OK, what do you stay in the Pullman at Homebush and walk over to the New South Wales Rugby League Academy, do your training and your weights, then go back to the hotel. That's it. That's it. But it's not an Origin camp.
But that's what it's got to be, Brandy. I mean, if we
I
want
understand,
to
so
back...
it's going to take it. That's why I said it's how hungry they are, 500, 600 people, to do it.
I think
But from your first comments, are you thinking not just one area, but...
No. I mean, the talk is 4, right? The Townsville, South East Queensland, Canberra at the AIS, and maybe Homebush, or maybe Gosford was the other one.
Homebush is right in the frame,
the Central
Reedy.
Coast area. So, you know, I think the players want it. They want to play footy. You ask them if they'd rather be digging ditches or playing football, they're going to want to play football.
Pete, the catch is that under the proviso of coming back, clubs and players get a 4-week mini pre-season. So if we're talking June 1, May 1's their start, we're April 5, we're about 2 weeks away from learning that all footy clubs and players will be back in training in some form
Do they need
of
4
isolation.
weeks? Do they need 4 weeks?
I think 2 at the most.
Yeah.
2 weeks?
June 1, they probably don't need 4
Like,
weeks,
if they're not keeping
right?
fit at home themselves, then they don't deserve to be playing.
Yeah.
Would you start the season with an Origin?
No.
I wouldn't.
No. I wouldn't for a couple of reasons. One, I think players won't have played footy in a while, so I'm not sure the footy would be at the best standard. But the other one is Origin's a cash cow for the game, right? And part of the reason they make a lot of that money is crowds and corporates. So I think you want to leave Origin to as late as possible, so the gates are open. So you can get 50, 60,000 people through the gates and have your corporate suites full, because that's worth millions to the game, and money's so vital at the moment. So
And the clubs are bleeding. Right? The clubs are bleeding, and they go, OK, well, we'll give up all our good players for Origin, and then we'll sit around and twiddle our thumbs till we get going.
Yeah.
We want to get going.
I think it's as simple as wanting to give the fans back the jerseys of who they support back on the TV screens. Not necessarily State of Origin players. They want to see their clubs back playing for points and fighting for the premiership. That's why they're fans and members. They support their team.
All right, we're talking about raising revenue. It's been mooted possibly a 3-game grand final series. Are you a fan of that at all? Do you see that ever happening?
I can't cop it on any level. It's the grand final.
I meant to ask Wayne Pearce earlier whether he would have liked the second go, because he
would have liked it.
Andrew Eddinghouse would have liked the shot.
I mean, I love Dean Lonergan, right? He's one of the great lateral thinkers we've got in sport at the moment, who's come up with the idea. He's Jeff Horn's promoter at the moment. He was obviously the guy who came up with the Auckland Nines. Very smart guy, very smart bloke, and I think he can make a real contribution to rugby league at the moment. But I'm a bit like Brandy. 3 grand finals, you know, if you win the first one and lose the next 2, how would you feel? How would you how would your supporters feel?
You've got to keep the interest, and you would, because the losing team needs to win. But the grand final's a grand final.
Yeah.
Sterlo.
I'm with you.
What would you have done?
No.
No track work the next
I
morning
only asked
after
the
winning.
question because it's just out there.
I'm a supporter of the innovation and the ideas that are coming out, because I think if we're ever going to try something, we have to try it this year. And to be honest, if we had to play a 3-game grand final series, I'd support it. And I think there'd be an additional lure. Imagine the Raiders getting a second crack at the Roosters.
There's a limit to how far you go in innovation. You know, you don't want to be silly, right? You don't want to take the credibility away.
10 seconds here. One word answer. Bunker next year or not?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay.